scenario where you'll miss out on playing one game, maybe two, maybe three, and maybe your mate's playing that instead. But at the end of the day, that's not that big of a deal, because it's just a game at the end of the day. And I hear the argument that why make such a big deal about it, because it is just a game. That's not exactly the right mentality either. The fact that you're not making a big deal out of something like this and it is still just a game is that's kind of baffling to me, because it's your chosen hobby, really. It's what you choose to do in your spare time. It's like if you went out to play football and someone kind of turned around and said, hey, you can't play football here because, you know, you haven't pre-booked this singular plot of land in the park. You know, yeah, I get that there are institutions and places that you can go where you can book areas, but say you're playing out in the street, you can't play it. Someone says you can't play out in the street because, you know, you haven't pre-booked, pre-purchased your time out on the street. I know it's a poor example, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Finally, is it finally? Have I got one last thing to talk about? Ah, yes, I do. Leaders who do not act dialogically, but insist on imposing their decisions, do not organize the people, they manipulate them. They do not liberate, nor they are liberated. They are oppressed. They oppress, sorry. I missed out the last bit. And to me, this sums up what the gaming industry has kind of become right now. I'm not saying all of it. There are some gems out there. There are some indie companies. There are some big developers. I think at the moment, companies like ArenaNet are kind of not these oppressors right now. That's why I do play this game a lot, because I never feel I'm pressured into anything. I'm never forced to get anything. I'm tempted. They dangle carrots, but it's carrots usually in the form of sales and not buy this now or you will never ever ever get it again. You know? But in the same token, you've got companies like, as we all know, EA, Ubisoft, Capcom. Capcom's another big one that does it. Squidburglar, kill it. Capcom is, in my opinion, one of the worst right now for it, actually. As Capcom blatantly tried to sell cheat codes with one of their games, and I do believe that was Dead Rising 2 they tried to do that with. And that's just, this is something that used to be a norm in games, and they're trying to package it up and say, hey, you gotta pay for this now because we said so and we're right. Ah, didn't catch him. And all what it is everything I've mentioned here is it's just ways of companies to manipulate gamers. As I said, I know they're trying to sell a product. I know that they have to sell a product, but at the same time, that is no reason for out and out deception. I mean, if you take the Colonial Marines example, where the end product was nothing like they initially promised, that's like going out and buying a car only to realize, hey, this car doesn't have a handbrake, a steering wheel, headlights, brakes, and it's missing a wheel. if you won't take in another aspect of life, why take it now? Why why pick this one part of life to take the brunt of everything with? And I realise I'm kind of run out of time. I've rushed round and minced my words, which I didn't want to do today, but it's just how it's worked out. I logged on at the wrong time and I just wanted to get this done. So, I wanted to get this done without, running over. So I'm going to end this with one last quote from Paulo Friere while I kill this bat. The oppressors do not favour promoting the community as a whole, but rather selected leaders. I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions out of this, but to me, that quote is, that speaks volumes to what the gaming community is right now. Leaders are chosen on forums and whatnot to advertise and lead the game, but as we saw with BioWare and Dragon Age 2 and BioWare with Mass Effect 3, if you've got a negative opinion, you're not wanted. You're not wanted, and your profile with them is getting deleted. And that is oppression. That's silencing people for having an opinion, and that's just not right. Now I know that's old news, I know that's old hack, but that's the sign that I really need to wrap up. As I said, it's old news, it's old hack, but it's just not right. And this beacon of doom is now causing me to panic, so I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you all take this time to reflect. I know this has been a depressing one, but they'll get cheerful. They will get cheerful. I've got a nice one planned for next time. Well, a fun one. And I hope you all have a lovely evening, day, night, morning, miscellaneous time of day. And that's it for me.